Our society, like all of human societies, used to depend entirely on wood for energy and materials. And at that time, with growing population and growing technology, we overexploited the forest to the point that, we had to move around as a society to find new resource. But after the fossil fuel revolution, we really have let up on the pressure on the forest resource, and the forest has come racing back. And right now, we're underexploiting the forest resource, and we could do a lot better using more wood, both for reasons of forest health, but particularly for the human experience, I think would be better. The explanation of deforestation is very important to understand, because deforestation and harvesting are not at all the same. Deforestation means the removal of a forest as a productive forest system. So this involves the conversion of that forest land into something else. That's deforestation. But harvesting is a component of the growth, maintenance of a managed forest system. And in a clear cut, for example, where you cut all the trees in one location at one time, that also is not a conversion of the forest system. The deforestation is what happens after the harvest. If after the harvest you bring in a bulldozer and you herbicide all of the seedlings and sprouts that want to reclaim that site as a forest, that's deforestation. But simply removing trees does not impede the productive function of the forest. When you open a space, and that space can be larger or smaller depending on how many trees you remove at one time, you are providing an opportunity for another tree to grow.
If you've ever been to a clear cutting site, it's a very visually drastic change, right? We tend to associate that with very negative things. But if you think about harvesting a crop like we harvest corn, we do it every year. That is a drastic change to that field. But environmentally, over time, it has positive aspects. But for forestry, where you have something that takes a long time to grow, but there's an ecosystem that evolves around that, it can actually be very positive.
And there are many trees that are on the site waiting for the opportunity to have more primarily sunlight. But there's also a tremendous seed bank in the soil that is simply waiting for an opportunity. So the regrowth of hardwood forests is exceptionally vigorous in the United States. In fact, if you want to avoid the return of a hardwood forest where one currently exists, you have to work pretty hard to do that. Even in the absence of any action, you're gonna get a hardwood forest here if you wait long enough. I just drove from Knoxville to Memphis. If I had done that 150 years ago, I would have encountered a few trees along the way, because the landscape had been drastically altered, converted into agricultural landscape. In the absence of that continued pressure and conversion to agriculture, the forest has come zooming back. We have 40% more forest inventory now than we did 50 years ago.
A working forest is a place that allows multiple uses. As myself, I'm a mountain biker. I love to go out in the national forest and our local landowner forests and recreate. I love to go hiking. I love to walk my dog out there. It's beautiful to have those working forests to be able to go into. It's also for conservation and for our environment. The greatest filter we have out there for our clean water is our forests. Clean air, what cleans and scrubs the air? Our trees, our forests, our plants do that for us. And also a working forest provides us economic benefit, not just through a workforce, not just through an industry, but to provide consumer goods that we use every day. What a tremendous resource that we have to be able to achieve all those things and to provide benefit to our planet and to our population. Oftentimes I ask the question, if trees aren't the answer, what is? What other items do we grow in North America and in the United States that's going to provide us with clean air, clean water, jobs, a place to live, consumer goods that we need that are sustainable and renewable, have a low carbon footprint? What other material is going to do that to meet the needs that our society has? What other things are available?